I'm going to marry a simp. I'm going to marry a simp.
You said a big problem that women have is that they put the men in their lives before themselves. Now, a lot of guys would disagree with that. They would say that like, no, I'm doing all this stuff and she's not being appreciative and yada, yada, yada. Again, in my personal life, maybe I'm just around different people, but like I've seen women like go to bat for their guy and like really like be willing to shell out for gifts and for, letting them drive their cars around and like giving them money to fund their dreams. Like I've seen that. But with that said, so explain what you mean from your viewpoint of feeling as though women are giving more. Like what types of stuff are these women doing that maybe men aren't aware of, or maybe they haven't had these kind of relationships, aren't aware of?
So let me clarify. I don't think they're doing more.
Okay.
Yin and yang. We have our different strengths. So you're going to do yours and I'm going to do mine. I just said that I feel like women do give their all. Like they'll give, because he made it seem like his wife was really special because she gave her all to him, even when he alluded to maybe he had treated her badly or done something bad and she just stuck in there for him anyways. But you see that time and time again. Like that's why Murray was created. Like, oh God, that's why Jerry was created.
I just watched that today. Yeah, it's like I just saw an episode where a woman's like she got cheated. She found out her partner was cheating on the last show, so she got it with a new guy, and she was like, "I'm doing everything. I'm doing this, and that, but I think he's cheating on me." And he was, and she was like, "How could you do this? I told you I got cheated on by a guy before, and I'm here doing everything for you." And you're like, I'm taking it for granted. And I think so many men experience that themselves that they don't believe that like it's happening to women. It's just
they don't believe what's happening to women.
They don't believe that women are giving their all or spending all this money or doing the most. Because especially a lot of guys that are bitter, they're just like, because it never happens to me, all women must not be doing this. And it's like, again, I've seen that women will give their all and spend lots of money, and dudes are sometimes like, just like I think women can be trash, I think dudes can be trash too. Like, so yeah.
You don't feel like it runs one way more than the other?
I would say statistically, it's about in terms of cheating. I think they said like 28% of men cheat, 24% of women cheat, so it's pretty much even. But I think also women are better at hiding it, or they'll do things that like, if it's not like in a physical realm, it won't be labeled as cheating, but it could be emotional. It could be like, or sometimes it's like the weird thing, like, well, I did it in a different zip code, so it doesn't count. So there's so many. I've heard these things said to me, so it's like
that's a man's response. Women don't say I did it in the zip code, so it doesn't count. Like. Women are not, we think more logically than that. There might be other reasons, like we broke up or like, you whatever, but it's not going to be something. Or
they're also considered like, well, like I did one version of sex that is not all the way sex. So therefore I'm not adding that to my body count. Like that kind of stuff will happen too.
Yeah. I mean, that makes complete sense to me. If I've already had sex with you one time.
Yeah.
And now it's been some time and we have sex again. I don't count you again.
I mean, like say like, oh, well, I just went down on that guy. He didn't like put it other places. Therefore, it doesn't count all the way as full on.
Well, if you just gave head, then that's not sex. That's oral sex.
That's what it has the word. It literally has the word sex in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, so because they won't count that, it'll be like a woman can literally say like, oh, I didn't cheat at all, or I didn't have sex with that guy at all. It's like, but you did other stuff.
That's cheating is cheating. Cheating. I mean, you should be talking about that in your relationship and deciding where your boundaries lie.
Yeah.
That's cheating for me for sure. And I wouldn't be doing any of that, but I'm also a faithful person. I get tunnel vision when I like somebody, which is why I'm trying so hard not to get like, I want to like, and it's interesting because I was on this dating site earlier with a girl and she was talking about rosters, and some girls do have rosters, but the thing is I don't have rosters, but I'm dating because if I date just one guy, regardless if he's the right one or not, if he's showing me any kind of like attention and I don't have it based on anything, then I'm in a tunnel vision for the wrong guy. And I just don't want to do the wrong guy again. Because yes, when I'm in relationships, I'm not like balling out of control, but I care about what you need. I care about what I'm hearing you say. So, and I know men like gifts they can use. So I'm going to do something that's going to be like, oh, like, here's the game you wanted, or here, I'm going to think of things to do like that. Like I'm at a point now where I would really like to date a man that was like how I've been to my exes. Like that, not like that. Like that's kind of a weird sentence. That's not
if you're giving your all and you're being loyal and faithful and all that stuff. Yeah, that makes you want
like,
that.
Yes, like that kind of situation. And I mean, I don't know if I'll ever find it, but I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't know that I would be taking us on trips unless I had it like that to be doing that. But I definitely would be thinking about them. I would, I'm not the type of person to on the first while we're dating or whatever to be paying for dates.
Okay.
But once we're solidified, like let's say that's my boyfriend or it's my husband, for sure.
I think that's the problem guys have is like, especially with guys, like they'll say, okay, I've had these questions where guys will say, like, I've taken her on two to three dates already, but she hasn't like offered to take me on a date or pay for stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is like if they do early, that's great, but this is like a 3-month process. You may be the one to just ask for the dates the first like 6 or 7 dates, and that's fine. If she's showing up and saying yes, and she's hooking up and having a good time, then like it'll get there. Like, because again, I found in my dating life that if once I did that stuff, then like, yeah, the woman gets comfortable with me, they start trusting me. And then it's like, all of a sudden it's like the amount of love and attention women will give you once you've proven yourself is like astronomical. But most dudes don't even get to that point because they're not willing to like go through the process of what they need to do.
Well, that, and also I think you got to date in your bracket, like date the girl that's okay with it. Cause there are going to be girls. And I have got this girl. She's a beautiful girl, blonde hair, such a cutie. She's my tag at Torrid. Hi, Rose, if you're watching this. She's gorgeous, but, me and her she'll laugh at me. Cause I'm just like, yeah, like I do want a guy like on our second date to come pick me up. And like I do. And she's like, I'll drive. Like she doesn't care. She's like, I'll go half. She doesn't care. You know what I mean? To be fair, I'm dating more than she's dating. So maybe she should
put stuff out there. Gotta do it.
Maybe she should switch that up. Cause I mean, you get what what you're willing to accept.
Yes.
But she's totally dope, willing to do all that stuff. Doesn't help her. Doesn't help her. And I just was watching a podcast the other day and I'm getting pings on it still, where I posted and I was just like, to spell it out for us, we don't get it. What a man puts into the date is the amount of respect they have for you. That is what it is. And that's why people are complaining about Cheesecake Factory, complaining about this and that. I have a roommate. She refuses to go on anything more than a coffee date with you because she doesn't want to spend a lot of time with you.
Right.
If she doesn't like you, she can run. But here's the thing, and I actually don't mind a quick rendezvous date so you can see who I am also. Like if you wanted to see what it is, what the vibes are, like that's fine. But the first planned date, like you might be my husband. And that's why I'm on the date with you. I want that story to be dope.
And I've talked about this before on the show about how like for women, it's about the journey and about the story that they're going to, because I think about like, if this goes down the line, you guys have an engagement. I had a friend that got married and like how they met stories, like it's dope for me. It's like they were at a party. She saw him across the room by himself. She went to talk to him. She was just like, it's this whole buildup of like how by the end of the night he had to leave and she kissed him before he left. It's a beautiful story to tell, right?
That's really cute.
Versus like, I hit her up and said, hey babe, let's go do it at my house. Like that's not a story women want to tell.
And go to happy hour. Like, okay, that's fine. Here's the thing is, a lot of the girls who say they don't want Cheesecake Factory was the first date. Did you see that list of things?
Oh, I saw that list of things. Yeah.
Here's the thing is there's like 4 things or 5 things on that list that I would do. I wouldn't mind doing. I wouldn't have a problem doing. Yeah. Being a sports game, I would definitely go to with you a sports game. I know it's a long date if you suck, whatever. I'm still watching the game. Like go freaking Clippers. Like, okay. But other than that, like the reason why is because these things are not thought out. You're not spending any time or effort doing, my roommate just wanted a date with my friend. And and here's another thing I was going to talk to you about. Men we will write out step by step what you need to do to get us. Literally. I'm this, that, and the other. I'm waiting for this, that, and the other. You guys will find a way to not only not do it, but go around and do it your own way and then be perplexed and confused why it didn't work. Hear this. Tell my friend, he's going on my date with my roommate. Show up with something. It doesn't have to be that serious. Some flowers. If you didn't pick a flower on the way, show up with something. Just any kind of little gift. Okay. Smiling. All right. I was like, she doesn't like long dates. Make it something, short and sweet, but make it unique. Yeah, a coffee shop is cool, but if you can think of something else that's around there that can also be short and unique, like put thought into it. Okay.
Or really find places like, hey, go to the coffee shop and then walk someplace. It's like a little exciting. I've done like, not coffee shop, but like a Dave & Buster's to like an arcade to like a dance spot. Like, and none of these things, by the way, cost. Like the dance spot was free. I paid for Dave & Buster's for like the food and like a couple of games that cost like $10. Like it was nothing. So like it ain't got to be extravagant, but it's like you want to make it where, again, she has a story. She's going to go back to her friends and tell this story of this date, and their friends are going to judge us.
And it doesn't have to be super long. The first part of the date can definitely be a short moment. If you guys are feeling the vibe, it's okay to ask, like you said, to go to a next spot, which is actually really cool. Then we have an opportunity to say yes or no. And if we say no, it does not mean we don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
It just means we only plan for that. But so I tell him all these things. Day of, it's now an hour before they're supposed to meet. She hasn't had the location yet. They
didn't plan that on that. They didn't pre-plan.
He told her the day before, we'll meet up around 2. And she was like, okay. And he's trying to look for the location. The thing is that when you guys don't tell us where we're going, we don't know what to wear. It takes us at least an hour to get ready. So you telling me an hour before I'm supposed to be somewhere, that means I haven't gotten dressed at all. I haven't done any kind of makeup. I don't know what I'm supposed to wear at all. And this all takes preparation that you have not given me so you haven't respected my time.
Yeah.
So she's in tears. Oh, I hope she doesn't get mad about this. She's going to deal with it. She's in tears. Like, she literally was crying. And like, she's like, I don't even want to go on this date. Like, I don't even know what's going on. And I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck?
That's like 101. Like, you plan that, you already have spots in mind, and just say, hey.
He must want to be single, poor thing. And I was like, and he hit me up the day before, like, does she like this? And I was like, whatever, those are cool. I was like, just make it short. And your thought process, you're putting thought into it, makes it important. Day of, I'm like, bruh, he didn't say anything. They go on the date. She gets back and she's like, I was like, okay, well, how did it go? Did he show up with anything? No. She said I even told him on the day, I was like, go, listen, gentlemen, if we match with you, or if we say yes to going on this date, we're already like halfway there. Have confidence. I don't care what you need to do to fake the funk. Have confidence. That doesn't mean touch us and grope us and feel confident with our bodies, but have confidence within yourself. Please, please, please. I even told him, I said, please have confidence. He's like, I'm kind of nervous. She's kind of cutthroat. We're cutthroat because we're just trying to protect ourselves. Yeah. We're trying to be hurt. We're trying to be played with. We're trying to all these things. We're hoping you're not the person that's going to do that to us. So yes, our guard is going to be a little up. Have confidence. If I said, yes, I'm going to come to the date, and I actually come to the date, I'm interested. You have a chance. You have a chance. There is a little, you got to get through. You got to confidence. So first thing, he's very nervous. He's not confident. She doesn't like that already. She's like, there's nothing masculine about this.
Yeah. This is stuff I say on the show, guys. Like, be confident. I say, plan the date. I say, let them know where you're going to take them. That ultimately they're not going to judge you. It might be a little bit judgy, but they're like you said, they're looking more for your thought process, and that you're actually able to come up with something to do versus like leaving it on her. Like, why is it women don't, because just the audience, why is it that women don't like when you tell them, hey, you tell me what you want to do, or you tell me where you want to go? Like, because guys are thinking, if I take her where she knows she likes to go, she'll have a good time.
It's just the level of like the protection aspect. Like, now you're making me think of these things, and it's on me now. You know what I mean? Instead of being able to follow you, which is what I should do if you're the leader, I'm now having to lead. That's putting me in my masculine energy. And then you're mad, well, I want to bend it over for them. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and so it's like, and then it's like, what else, you know?
Yeah.
And I like my doors open for me. My grandpa did it for my grandmother. Yeah. I don't know.
It's funny. It's not a lost art, but I have found in my dating journey that like the women that I did that for were initially like shocked. Because like apparently no other dude was doing it, and I did. And they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah,
like
winner, chicken dinner.
And I'm like, "This is like my dad taught me that like 6 years old. This is like,
gentlemen, do it. We like little gifts. We like little memoirs. And let me just tell you also, when he had an opportunity to really sell himself there, I have things in my house where I was given a gift. You know, I'd gone on a date, and the person, gift, and I have it, and now I see that, and I think of that person every time I see it. Every time I see it. Regardless of what our relationship is now, whether we talk or not, I see that thing and I think of that person. Imagine if we still talk to each other.
Interesting.
Then it would be nothing but positive thoughts every time. Or I was mad at you. I'd be like, well, fuck your thing. But that's still an emotion, and you're allowing me to have that thing. Again, my love language is acts of service and gifts. But I think across the board, women enjoy those kinds of things because those are things that men convince themselves they don't want to do. So I laid out the plan. Do this. Have confidence. Do this. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. Then after the date, she's like, I don't think I want to see him again. Like, it was just awful.
Wait, where did you end up taking her?
They went to a coffee shop nearby, like an original one, not like just like.
So you wait all that time not telling her where to go, only for it to be like a coffee shop. Not that that's a bad place to go, but again, like she's like this is the law. She doesn't know it's building a participation for it to be like, you could have told me this yesterday.
Yeah. All he did was leave her with bad taste, and then he had the nerve to text her later And she's like, I don't even know what to say. And I'm like, I don't really know what to say, but I'm definitely going to chew him out when I see him. Cause I'm like, dude, like, here's the thing. And that this is more than one time, like even guys talking to me, I've laid out, hey, listen, this is what you need to do to get to talk to me. And literally I'll lay it out. And because I've said, okay, like, I like flowers. I like gifts. I like you to plan it. I like it to be special. I love surprises. I like these certain things. Because I've said I've liked it and you guys keep saying that you want to hear what we like, you don't want to do it. You only want to do anything other than what I say. Oh, I'm not going to get a girl a gift. I'm not getting that. That's silly. Only simps do that. Only this kind of, I'm going to marry a simp. I'm going to marry a simp. I don't know where he's at, but I'm marrying a simp because if that's what it is, then I want it.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class